Good morning, everybody. I'm Fallon and welcome back to Cold Start. We've got a bit of a project for today. So I was recently on a job where we had to remove a double wide mobile home. We had to build a shop pad and a couple other things. Along with the mobile home being removed, there happened to be a back porch, and my boss here at the house has been saying she wants the back porch on the house for a very long time. So I was like, man, there's not really any way that I could bring that porch here. So today we're gonna get this porch off this trailer. I don't know if we're quite gonna get it set because I've got to head out of town later today, but we're at least gonna get it close. It's a 12 wide by 14 long, and it was originally connected to the mobile home on the back, so it doesn't have a bar across like this. But I got a board, I got lots of bricks, and we're gonna pull this back in because it's starting to flatten out, tie that together, and then eventually set it on those bricks, which again, don't know if we're gonna do today, but we're gonna at least get it off of this trailer and get that tied up because I don't want it collapsing while I'm out of town. So let's go take a look at where it's got to go. So this is the area that we've got to get cleaned up. We got to move those steps, move the trash can, my daughter's mud kitchen and her toys. We're gonna scoot all that over, and if I'm not mistaken, this tree should be far enough away. I'll have to measure it, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna back the trailer right here, and we're gonna pick up on one side with the skid, pick up on one side with the X, pull the trailer out from under it, and then set it back down on those bricks. Now this area isn't completely leveled. Like I said, I'm a little pressed for time, so I don't know if I'll actually do that today or not. We may wait to level it and just scoot the porch over, level this area, and then scoot it back. But that's the plan. So while walking back here to go unload the skid, I'll tell you guys, I don't have any footage of us loading it from that job site, but essentially this porch was originally concreted into the ground, and what I did was I measured from the deck down each leg. That way I can cut them all at the same height. So in this particular case, it was 31 inches because I know that I need to have from the ground directly behind the house to the doorway is 39 inches. And the blocks that we got, if I'm not mistaken, are 6 inches tall. So, you know, there'll be like an inch drop or something like that, unless I put something under the blocks, which is fine. But anyway, so I cut all of the legs at the same height. We picked it up with 2 skid steers. I backed that 18-foot trailer underneath it. We set it back down and we strapped it down. There were a few power lines that we had to raise on the way here to get it here, but ultimately we made it. We didn't have to go very far. Here's a picture of how it looks going down the road right here that somebody took. So let's get this skid unloaded, and we're gonna go ahead and put the forks on the skid. we're gonna use the Harley rake to smooth out that area, but I just pulled it off a job yesterday, and while it was on that job, it got moved and it ripped out my cord to plug this into the machine to be able to control my angle. So right now it's stuck at this really harsh angle, and it'll just roll dirt off onto the side, kind of like a dozer blade. So I want to fix this real quick, then we'll Harley rake that. Put it on the way. Yep, there it is. There's our ground wire right there. So I've done this portion. This is going to go to the box, our ground power, and then I'm going to make an extension off of this that's going to go to our machine. So just showing you guys, always use these connectors, and I've got a huge roll of this wire. I like my electrical stuff looking professional. So I had a mechanic complain on my truck one time. They said there's professional wiring harnesses all over this thing, but there's no wiring diagrams for anything, so I can't figure out what I need to do. Anyway, so here's the new setup. This button doesn't do anything. What they did is they had the power go in and split, and it went to both buttons. I just put a three-way on there, so now it just has the one power wire going to the center of the switch, and it goes to either direction. It's also a weatherproof. I'm gonna slim this up eventually, but again, I'm pressed for time today. And then here I put a short lead so I can pop that off if I need to, and it's got this. And I'm just now realizing that I did not bring my little cable thing all the way up, so I'm gonna have to pull this connector off, slide that over and tighten that, but I'll do that later. Again, I'm pressed for time. Let's go get this smoothed out and get this shed at least on the ground so I can head out of town like I need to. So I had to stop moving it because the roof was separating up there. The rafters were separating. And so I got it picked up right now. I was worried that it was just gonna collapse whenever I made this turn. I got it picked up now. I'm gonna go get my 2x6x12, and we're gonna go ahead and tie that into this and this to keep it from separating again. And then later on we'll probably have to pull these posts and extend them all the way up. Like I said, originally it was attached to the front of a house on this side, so that house gave it all the support. Now there's nothing except for these temporary boards that they tied in just so they could pull the house away. So while this is up, I'm gonna try and get that board tied up there. So I didn't really film it because it took multiple machines and the ladder and whatever, but I got that tied across. I didn't think about it, but I should have bought a piece of wood to go from here to the peak like this side has. But I'll do that whenever I make it back home. So it's got a strap across there. I don't know if you can see it, and it's got this board that's tied in on both sides. I think it'll be fine for now, so we're gonna go ahead and let it down. I'm gonna get back around it and we're gonna try and get it in place. Most of the way there. So now, if the four-wheel was running, I would hook the four-wheel up to the trailer. That way we could pull the trailer out from here, because this is a pretty tight space. Unfortunately, I don't have that luxury. And obviously I can't use either of the machines because they will be holding the porch up. So I'm now gonna switch the hitch off of there onto the truck, see if I could get it at a decent angle to get the trailer swung out. Once we have the trailer up, once we have the porch up, and then once the trailer's out, we'll go ahead and set it back down. And like I said, we'll put it on bricks, but right now we're kind of crunched for time, so we're gonna set it on the ground for now, and then we'll come back, pick it up later, and then set on bricks. I just didn't want to leave it on the trailer while we're gone. So we got it set temporarily. Like I said, we were pressed for time today, and the rain has made us even later. It started pouring. It's like 4 hours after I originally wanted to leave for the day. But anyway, we got it set. It's not level, and you could see that gap. That's probably about a 12-inch gap from the deck to the door. So I'm gonna put blocks under it and close that up, level this thing, but that will be for another day. We'll also scoot it over. I believe we want the handrail. This is from the old steps. And I believe we want the handrail right in line with this windowsill right here. So it'll come this way a little bit, which is fine. It'll get it off of this tree. But yeah, so there it is. That will that wraps up this part of the video. Now I gotta get that truck over there, actually out of the way, and then unhook the other truck and get on the road.